Mighty F here. Today I'm going to be doing a quick video. Let me grab my drumsticks. Of a few stick tricks for beginners. They're pretty easy, pretty simple if you practice. So yeah. Remember, practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. We're going to start with the stick flips because everybody loves seeing stick flips, right? Yeah, so you just got to make it smooth. All right, these are things you should not do when you're doing stick flips, right? Do not push out too much, right? Because when you're pushing out, you're going to have to reach for it. You don't want to reach for it. It makes you look weird. When you're flipping a stick and you have to reach, right? You don't want to do that because they're like, oh, they almost just dropped the stick. Because that would look like. Or you don't want to flip it too much in because it just looks like you're struggling, you're stumbling. You don't want to do that. You just want to keep it in place and do a simple stick flip. Just like that. And another thing is, you got to flip it up high enough for it to land back in your hand right where it was. Because if you flip it too low, it'll end up like that. But you could do it like that and then just flip it back right there. So you could just do like this. If you're throwing a stick and it does like that, just keep playing, right? And just flip it back. So it'll be like this. So for example, if I flip it too low, right? See how I flipped it back? Not a biggie, but if you want to do a full stick flip, if you're with a whole snare line and they do it and you don't, that's because you did it too low. You want to do it high enough to where it flips one time, but not too high to where it flips multiple times. And it end up going somewhere else. So you just want to do it like that. And another thing is you can do an exercise with just 4 on each hand. When you get to this hand with the 4, you can flip the stick, right? So, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, flip. 1, 2, 3, 4, flip. You want to do a little something like that. So when you can also do your other hand like that, but you got to make it look smooth. I'm going to tell you the same exact thing for this hand. Do not flip it too much out, because then it look like you're about to drop it, because you are. And do not flip it too much in, because you'll be all the way over here flipping it, especially if you're holding it like this, when you're holding it like this. So you can do the same exercise. If you're doing it like this, you want to flip it all the way around, though, because you have to get it back into that same grip. Because if you don't flip it, or if your hand moving and don't flip, you just end up playing it like this. If that's the grip you're in, and the whole snare line is in this grip, it's going to look weird. So, and sometimes if you want to switch it up, if you're just playing and just want to do some stick flips, you can just do like just do that. Also do the exercise I told you about, right? Not a biggie. And so you can just do 4 on each hand and do them stick flips together. So yeah. Alright. Another thing is, for some reason, people have trouble just spinning their stick, right? Like this. So, but I kind of figured it out, because I was like, how can people have trouble with that? Everybody's different, though. Going forward is pretty easy. But the problem is people have a problem going backwards. When you go backwards, you see how wonky that look? So if I'm doing... right? That's all right. But when they're going back, that kind of look weird, right? So you see how weird that look? It's not smooth. You want to bring it up. So you kind of got to force your hand, bring the stick back up when you're going back. Instead of forward, you got to go back. You got to force your hand a little bit. But not too much to the point it look like you're about like swing a rope, right? Because then you'll just drop it out your hand, right? So you're going back and you just swing it out your hand. You don't want to do that. Just practicing forward, right? Pretty easy. And practice backwards. So just practice that. Last one is this one is more on the difficult side. So this is one of the difficult ones I'm gonna show you. So I forgot the name of it, the back three-way or something like that. I seen it in an EMC video from a few years ago. Pretty much is you take a regular hit with your right hand, right? And you bring that back stick. So sometimes I be doing this, right? It's an exercise I do. So that's pretty much what you're doing. So just take that stick out and just, right? We're just focusing on this hand right now. This is pretty easy, right? So when you hit and put that back stick on a drum, the butt of the stick on the drum, these 3 fingers are gonna come off, and the middle finger is gonna go behind it. It's gonna be like a support. That way, when you let go, this middle finger is pushing it that way. So it's gonna look like this. Like that, so. Like that, yeah. And the last step, when you're doing that, it's easy, just bring it back like that. So you'll be holding it like how you were before, but it's just the butt of the stick gonna be this way. And then you just do it over and over again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. So yeah, those are the 3 things, the 3 little stick tricks that I want to show you guys. Have fun with it, and remember, practice, because practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. That was me, Mighty F. See y'all later.